Check it out, check it out. This is Miguel, and you know I got soul right here on YouKnowIGotSoul.com.
Miguel, your new album, Kaleidoscope Dream, is coming soon. You're releasing it in 2 digital EPs first, 3 songs each. What kind of motivated you to go that direction and release it that way first?
Well, I put out a series of EPs earlier this year, and I did it in 3 parts, 1 piece a month. Each piece had 3 songs, and for people who consume music the way that I do, it was a great way of connecting with that kind of core audience. You know, the people that discover music online, the ones that who go to blogs and who are constantly searching for great brand new music. You know, and because I felt like I wasn't really connecting with it before, I came up with this idea to do it that way, and it worked really well for me. And so, you know, I guess that crazy idea, I wanted to take it and kind of apply it to a business model, and somehow engage that audience who discovers music primarily online, and on those blogs and so on and so forth, and on their favorite websites and so on and so forth. But then also engage those fans who like to consume music the traditional way, and buy music, in albums when they come out in a complete package. It was just it was a creative experiment that I think is innovative, and it doesn't hurt, especially because the way that it works is when you buy 1 piece, whatever you pay for that price goes to the full buying price of the album. So since you buy both pieces, that being, each piece is like $3 and change, that adds up to $6–7, or just a little bit more than $7. That first week, when the album goes on sale for $7.99, you're only paying a few cents for the rest of the album. So it kind of works in an economic way as well, and it doesn't hurt. And it's just, I'm just trying to find a way to engage everybody, because I know I don't consume music the way I did before. So, just trying something new. I think it's all about accepting the new and trying new things and being creative.
I like you being innovative that way. It's pretty cool.
Thanks, man.
So, the air preview part of it is coming soon.
Yeah.
What can we expect to hear on that part?
The air preview comes out this September 11th, and expected to. I grouped these portions of my album together, not only for the dynamic of the album, but for them to kind of have their own theme, and air is the best way of describing this set of songs. Whereas the first were a bit more dense, and they did feel, it kind of gave a vibe of being underwater and being kind of, I don't know, in this underwater world. I don't know how to explain it without sounding corny, but they feel more like that theme, that first set of songs. The second set of songs is a lot more fun. It's a lot more airy. It's just, I think it'll capture the vibe of that Friday night, that perfect Friday night. I think it's definitely got that dynamic of a great Friday night or a great Saturday night. So that's what the air preview is about. Yeah.
Cool. I love the sound you're coming with right now. It's nothing like we hear from anyone else. It's so new, so fresh. I've heard you describe it as progressive, and for this album you incorporated alternative influences that you've had. Just talk about the sound you're creating. I guess I like to say that I'll put it this way. Whereas All I Want Is You, my debut album, was the sound of my relationships. My 3 major relationships with my ex-girlfriend, 2 ex-girlfriends, and my woman now. This is more of a sound of my entire life. It's a bit more. It's a bit darker. It's a bit more driven. I guess that's the best way of explaining it. It just sounds like the score to my life. Sonically, and I had so much to do with it when it comes to either playing on a record or co-producing or producing like Adorn. I just feel like it really is the score to my lifestyle. When I look at you as an artist, some artists are just kind of singers. You're creative and artistic in every sense of the word. How important is it to you to be that artistic and use this music as an art form?
I think whatever the medium of creativity that you choose, I think it's important that it reflects or projects your sensibilities. And
it's really hard to do that when you're not involved in the creative process. And I hold it to such a high regard because all of my favorite artists infused their sensibilities so thoroughly in the music or in the art form that it's unmistakable that is who they are. When you hear it, it's them. You know that it's them. It's almost signature. And I guess them, you know, the greats, you know, that I've taken as personal mentors, so to speak, have made it really important that I try and do the same, you know, and I guess I'm trying to find my way of doing that, and it's really, really cool to watch people be able to distinguish me from the next artist. I think the individuality in the music is genuine, and people can see it, you know, and they can feel it more than anything. More importantly, they can feel it. So I think it's all of that being a part of the entire creative process in whatever way, shape, or form that you can be it's integral in creating something that is unique. And I think everyone is searching for that. You know, they're just searching for. I like to say this. You know, I want to celebrate individuality, but also, or highlight individuality rather, but also celebrate commonality. And I think that's found in the emotion in the music, and that's why people are drawn to it.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like be yourself, but don't forget that we're all connected.
And people are definitely feeling it. So
cool.
Good job.
Cool.
You know, the Art Dealer Chic project, as you mentioned, a three-part series. You know, something you self-produced all on your own, and it got such great reception. So, what does it mean to you to be able to have such a big role in it and have such great reception for it?
I mean, it means the world. I mean, first and foremost, it's just really cool as a creative individual to have an audience. I think whatever it is you do as an artist or an artistic person, you're just searching for someone to pay attention. You know, you just want people to pay attention, and it's such a humbling experience to know that when you put music out, people are going to actually listen, and I appreciate the trust and respect that people give to the music. You know, I would never take that for granted. So it's real cool, man.
And just finally, one last question. You know, your sound, like I mentioned, is so fresh and so unique. Doesn't necessarily sound like everything that's on the radio right now. So is it ever intimidating for you as an artist when you make something that doesn't sound like what everyone else is doing, the radio hits, and maybe people won't catch on? Does it ever scare you a little bit?
Not at all, man. I had the illest conversation today on the plane with a good friend of mine, DJ Green Lantern. We're coming from Detroit, and he was describing, or he was kind of giving me an allegory of him telling another artist, or giving them some kind of advice. And I felt like it was so profound. And he said this, he said, live life and talk about it. And everyone has their own life to live, man, you know? What you do after we leave here is gonna be your experience in life, and what I do is gonna be mine. And everyone kind of wants to hear that, you know? Everyone has a story to tell, and the more we try and tell the same story, it becomes redundant. And we heard that story. I don't want to watch this movie. I know what the plot, you know, I know what the plot is. It's when things become redundant, you get tired of it, you know? So all I can do is write my perspective, you know, write my life. And for the next artist, that's all that they should, and that's all they should do.
Yeah.
You can't be afraid of your lifestyle, man. You just gotta live it and make it a part of your art. And people are gonna love it because they're gonna see that it's honest.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we've been blessed to experience. So whenever I do feel a little bit of doubt, I always remind myself that, hey man, it's all about being real to yourself. You know. Shit, people connect with it.
Yeah, it's cool. I like that. Anything you'd like to add?
Just thanks. Just thanks. I appreciate the audience, man. More than anything, like, not too many people get to do this shit, and it's a blessing. And like I said, I don't ever intend on stopping, you know. But it's been such an amazing experience finding that audience, and I hope I find more. You know, I hope it grows and grows and grows. And I hope I inspire people to tell their own stories.